If you're planning a vacation for the end of summer or maybe later in the year, you may be wondering, travel insurance, is it worth it? Joining us this morning are Simply Money team. Simply Money's Amy Wagner here. And you know, it's always that question. I think, do I want to spend the extra money? I've bought it once for international travel.
And I think that for a lot of people, for international travel, that seems to be it. But you think about, I mean, you know, you cover the weather, all these big storms that we've had over the past few years. We've had Irma, Harvey, Maria. Those cost $200 billion, $200 billion, and ruined a lot of people's travel plans.
Yeah,
you get traveling to those destinations.
You get better, cheaper deals because those time of year, because of
that. And that's why I think in a lot of times, maybe if you're traveling to one of those destinations that could be hit by a hurricane, especially during hurricane season, that might be a good thing. And I think the key is understanding what it does and what it's for you. If this is a weekend getaway, maybe not. But say you've got, like, our producer and her husband just took 3 of their kids to Ireland for several days. Well, that's 5 people. Someone could get sick easily, someone breaks their leg the night before, whatever it is, and all of a sudden everything's up in the air.
So what does it cover?
So it covers if there is damage to the hotel, if there is damage to the condo, delayed flights. And I think for a lot of people, the key is that lost luggage, because that's the most likely scenario of, like, you know, what you would be up against. But, you know, it's not just hurricanes. Someone could get sick. We've seen, you know, a number of terror incidents, unfortunately, in Europe. Any kind of disaster could impact you. And if it happens just a couple of days before this trip, it may be worth looking into. Now, here's how it works. You're going to pay about 5% of what of the total cost of the trip. So if it's a $5,000 trip, you're going to pay about $250 to $500 for that policy. Now, you lose a luggage full of nice things, it might be worth it to have that $250 worth of coverage. So it's really weighing out what you could potentially lose by not having the insurance.
You know, it brings up a good point, because today, I mean, this is a story that's developing right now out at CVG. A WOW Airlines flight has been delayed since they're supposed to leave last night. They're not going to take till 3 o'clock today. All these folks now are losing car rentals for European travel. They're losing hotels and whatnot. Travel insurance would work in that scenario?
In scenarios like that, depending on those delayed flights, you know, in a lot of cases like that, too, the airlines will try to do something to help take care of you. But I think it's so easy when you're booking those flights to just kind of pass over that because you're already spending money. It's like, but I'm telling you, I've been traveling a lot lately. Almost at least every time there's one leg that is seriously delayed, and then all of a sudden, does your luggage make it with you? So I think it's time to maybe start considering, but the key is how much you're paying for that flight and how much you have to lose. And also, you know, one thing that it would be great for, especially when people go to Mexico and places like that, if you get sick, a lot of times it will cover that. Also, if you get so sick that there needs to be an emergency medical evacuation, that's something that can happen. So if it's maybe the elderly, or, you know, sometimes people can get really sick just by drinking the water in Mexico.
Well, you bring up a good, we gotta go, but cruises too.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, those norovirus things get around.
Also check credit cards and see what kind of coverage you have through those.